Okay, if you're struggling on the charging by induction questions, this should hopefully give you an idea of where you're going wrong. So, the first thing I would definitely do, if you haven't done it already, is to watch the video and look at what's happening. So you can see they're bringing a balloon close to a metal sphere, then they're touching a different metal sphere to that sphere, and then they're moving everything back away. So it's a multi-step process to be able to charge this sphere A up by this process called induction. So now if we go back to the question, it says, a neutral metal sphere is charged by induction. Step 1, a positively charged balloon is brought near the neutral metal sphere A. That's this. 2, while the balloon is held near the sphere, A is touched by the neutral metal sphere B. The result is that sphere A becomes charged. So we have to try and figure out what is going on with the charges in these objects during this process. So again, this is the second or third time we've said it, but the key is that charges in objects are based on atoms. Atoms are made of protons, neutrons, electrons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons don't have a charge. And only the electrons are able to move. Protons are stuck in place in the nucleus and they can't move, but because the electrons are on the outside of the atom, it's easy to move them between atoms and between substances. So as we think about that, if we have a positive charge here, how are the electrons going to want to move? Well, electrons have a negative charge, so they're going to want to move towards that positive charge. Okay, that's true here. It's also true here. Once we have A and B touching, the electrons are still going to want to move that same direction towards the positive charge because they still have a negative charge. So then we just tap through the options looking for something that shows electrons being able to move that direction. Now, a key to think about is that the electrons cannot ever pass through a gap, like the gap between the balloon and this metal sphere, but electrons can pass through conducting metal objects like the metal spheres here. So this can't be the right answer for what the electrons are doing here because electrons can't pass over a gap. We've got to find one that shows the electrons staying within the metal sphere but moving towards that side. And then on this one, we're going to look for same idea, the electrons moving within the metal spheres closer towards the balloon. Once we think we have our answer, we can go ahead and check it.